Welcome to Startups. I'm your host, Aiden Spark. Today on Startups, imagine a world where being different isn't a weakness, but a superpower. Today, we explore how one man's oddness fueled both groundbreaking achievements and crushing defeats, revealing a hidden lesson about your own unique potential waiting to be unleashed. In a cramped Parisian office, where equations dance across whiteboards like ancient hieroglyphs, Cédric Villani stands before his reflection. His signature spider brooch glints in the harsh fluorescent light. The phone on his desk rings, cutting through his concentration. It's the call that will transform him from a pure mathematician into something far more complex. A warrior for the future of artificial intelligence. You might think a Fields Medal winner, mathematics equivalent of the Nobel Prize, would have an easier path. But Villani's journey reveals a deeper truth about innovation and resistance. His wild hair and flamboyant style made him an outsider from the start. Yet this same uniqueness would become his greatest weapon in the battle for Europe's technological future. In his world, equations aren't mere symbols on a page. They're living things, struggling to break free from the constraints of conventional thinking. Picture a young Villani in his childhood home, surrounded by towers of books reaching toward the ceiling like abstract sculptures. Classical music mingles with the rhythmic clacking of his father's typewriter. While other children played in the streets of Brive-la-Gaillarde, he lost himself in the elegant dance of numbers and proofs. This early isolation shaped him. In the sanctuary of mathematics, his peculiarities weren't flaws, they were advantages. His mind moved in unexpected ways, seeing connections others missed. The same traits that made him an outsider in the schoolyard made him brilliant in the seminar room. When Villani began his work on the Boltzmann equation, a fundamental problem in statistical mechanics, few understood his approach. But complexity was where he found beauty. His unconventional methods led to breakthrough after breakthrough, culminating in the Fields Medal in 2010. But this was just the beginning. As artificial intelligence began reshaping the world, Villani recognized a crucial truth: the future wouldn't be determined by equations alone. It would be shaped by the values we embed in our technology. The mathematician had become a visionary, and his vision was both thrilling and threatening to the established order. His report, AI for Humanity, landed like a bombshell in the tech world. It wasn't just about algorithms and processing power. It was about preserving human dignity in an age of machines. But as his influence grew, so did the resistance. You see, it's one thing to solve equations in the safety of academia. It's another to step into the arena of public policy and technological revolution. Each word was designed to cut deep, to make him question his path. But here's what they didn't understand. His apparent weaknesses, his eccentricity, his refusal to conform, his insistence on seeing the bigger picture were actually his greatest strengths. In a world racing toward artificial intelligence, we don't need more conformity. We need those who dare to be different. When Villani ran for mayor of Paris, many thought he'd lost his way. The election defeat was crushing. In that moment of public failure, standing before supporters with tears in his eyes, he faced a choice: retreat to the safety of pure mathematics or push forward into unknown territory. You might have chosen the safe path, many do, but Villani understood something essential about transformation. Our greatest setbacks often contain the seeds of our most important breakthroughs. If you're enjoying startups, please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code for our free 7-day email course, Become an Innovation Engine. Steal exact frameworks of billion-dollar breakthroughs like Netflix and Tesla. Now, back to the episode. In 2023, Villani co-founded Mistral AI, a company dedicated to developing open-source artificial intelligence. It wasn't just another tech startup. It was a declaration of independence, a statement that Europe could chart its own course in the AI revolution. The spider brooch on his lapel caught the light as he spoke, a reminder that the most beautiful patterns often appear chaotic at first glance. Within months, Mistral AI raised hundreds of millions in funding. But more importantly, it proved that European values could compete with Silicon Valley's profit-driven approach. Villani's vision of ethical, accessible AI was no longer just a dream. It was becoming reality. Yet success brought new challenges. The pressure to compromise, to make AI development faster and less transparent, was constant. Think about your own journey for a moment. How often have you dimmed your light to fit in? How many times have you chosen the safe path over the right one? Villani's story isn't just about mathematics or artificial intelligence. It's about the courage to remain true to your vision when the world demands conformity. Today, in that same cramped office where our story began, equations still cover the whiteboards, but they're different now. They're no longer just about solving abstract problems. They're about shaping the future of human-machine interaction, about ensuring that as we advance technologically, we don't lose our humanity. The half-eaten apple still sits on his desk, a reminder that no journey is ever truly complete. The phone still rings with new challenges, new opportunities to fight for what matters. Here's what Villani's journey teaches us. Your uniqueness isn't a liability. It's your greatest asset in creating meaningful change. The very qualities that make you different, the ones you might have tried to hide or minimize, could be exactly what the world needs. So ask yourself, what battle are you avoiding because you fear being different? What vision are you holding back because it doesn't fit the conventional wisdom? The equations of life rarely solve themselves neatly. They require courage, persistence, and most importantly, the willingness to stand apart from the crowd. As Villani continues his work, expanding the boundaries of both mathematics and artificial intelligence, he reminds us that the most important calculations aren't done on paper. They're made in moments of choice, when we decide whether to conform or transform. Your equation awaits solving. The only question is, will you have the courage to embrace your own unique solution? Remember, the battlefield of ideas needs warriors who think differently. Perhaps it's time for you to join the fight. On the next episode of Startups, Cédric Villani's journey reminds us that sometimes the most brilliant solutions come from the most unconventional paths. But what happens when ingenuity meets everyday problems? What if I told you the next innovator tackled something we all deal with, but never thought could be revolutionized? Prepare to witness the birth of an empire built on solving a universal frustration, turning a simple idea into a billion-dollar brand. You'll discover how relentless perseverance, embracing failure, and a dash of audacity can redefine an entire industry. Trust me, you won't want to miss this story of how one woman's vision reshaped the world, one pair of revolutionary undergarments at a time. Next week, we dive deep into problem-solving and ingenuity, and you'll see how a simple yet brilliant solution can disrupt entire industries. Get ready to be inspired by stories of individuals who saw problems where others didn't, and weren't afraid to challenge the status quo. Please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code or follow the pinned link to get our free 7-day email course. Become an innovation engine. 7 days, $7 billion frameworks. Transform from idea person to startup innovator by learning the exact playbooks that built Netflix, Tesla, and SpaceX. Click the video that just popped up to watch the next one in this series. Or for episode summaries, behind-the-scenes info, and more, go to daily8.com/su. Thanks for watching.